On today's episode of Everyday Hot Rods, we're going to be checking out Blake's crazy Jeep.
Hey man, this is my Jeep. This is my 89 Wrangler. I bought it as a 6-cylinder vehicle. Took it on the freeway and dumped the clutch, and the motor damn near fell out. And so the new one just fell right in.
So what's it got in it, bro?
So it's a 5.3, some truck motor, and it's running on Holley Terminator X. But
so that is not your average Jeep motor, is it?
No. But it fits really well. It's for all you Jeep guys, just do it. Stop thinking about it. Yeah, so junkyard motor. It was a junkyard trans basically, but now that's back in your Nova.
Got it. Yeah.
And it's got a built 700 R4. And there's not too much knowledge on the interwebs about how to make a bracket, but maybe this will help somebody with a LS 700 R4 conversion. Just took some flat bar, bent it up, and to the bottom of the throttle body.
So how much horsepower do you think you're making?
I've never been on a dyno with it, and I've never had it tuned, but it 400 maybe? Yeah, 400 maybe.
Truck, so this thing is fucking sweet. Tell me about, like, did you lower it? Did you lift it? What's the suspension?
It's actually stock suspension right now. So it had a lift kit on it when I bought it, and I lowered it back down. And if I go any more, it hits the bump stops on the frame. So this is as low as you can get a stock YJ and still drivable.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, why a Jeep, dude?
I think it's just what I had, bro. Like, I had the 6-cylinder Jeep, and then it broke, and then I was like, well, I don't want to put it back together like that way.
Yeah.
So
boring.
It kind of just what I had, and then I was like, all right, well, let's do an LS swap. And how many people are doing them on Jeeps?
Yeah,
so.
No one. What's with the wheels?
Those are Vision Racing wheels. They're 15x8s on all 4 corners. I could go wider in the back, but I strayed from that because I do a lot of burnouts. I don't want too much traction. Yeah,
and usually it doesn't have the top on it, but it's raining today, unfortunately, and I kind of had to film this today, so it looks a lot better without the top on it. Can you show me the your little cool trunk that you have?
Oh yeah, this is super sweet. The trunk piece is not in right now.
Oh, you took it off?
Yeah, but it folds down here flat, so when the top's off, you have a lock box.
And tell me about your little box. And your custom dash too.
So yeah, the custom dash with the Terminator gauges, super sick. The Holley EFI gauges, like everything just plugs right into the Terminator, made it super easy to wire up. This was something I just fabbed up out of the garage. It's got carbon fiber vinyl wrap on it. And the Winter's Brother racing shifter, so it's super rad with that full manual valve body.
Yeah.
It can just bang through gears all day long. And then these are some seats that came out of a Bronco, and they were sitting on the side of the road. Somebody just ditched them, so they ended up in here.
It's crazy because they almost match the fucking yellow.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, man, this thing is awesome. I've been watching like Blake slowly but surely build it, and honestly, this thing is a monster. Like, you don't understand how you don't understand how fast. Like, this Jeep should not be this fast.
It's like scary fast.
Yeah, like
fast in like a Camaro or a Lamborghini or something is fast, but like 80 in this thing is like
this thing is so sketchy, man. Like, it is just awesome though. Tell me about your slapper bars. Are you gonna drag race it eventually, or was that the plan? Like, did you build this as a burnout car, a drag car? Like, what did you want? Or just something fun?
I want to do good burnouts. Okay. That's what it was all about, really.
Yeah.
So when I put it together, I went down the route of I didn't have anything on it, so I was doing burnouts, and I could feel the springs wrapping.
Yeah.
The stock springs have a lot of fold in them, so I put the $60 Jag slapper bars on there, and now it's a 4-link. So
yeah, awesome, man.
It's yeah.
So we're gonna go for a ride, and then we'll get to the interview.
Yeah, sounds good.
So we're in the Jeep. Only thing I gotta say is this thing is like, it's too fast for like its own good, isn't it?
That's a good way to put it.
Like this thing is just like, for a Jeep, it's just ridiculous. It honestly is. So yeah, tell us about your cockpit. How you feel about it?
Well, it's a very comfortable cockpit.
I will, yeah.
But yeah, dude, sweet dash, Holley EFI gauges.
You got a stereo, so that's a one up.
I do have a stereo. Got some hidden speakers on the dashboard there. Some JBLs in there. Nothing fancy, but it does work.
Yeah. And like, dude, this is like the most satisfying thing about the car. Would you say so or what?
Yeah, I mean, just the sound. Like, here, I'll roll through the gears so you can kind of see it. But these are like the Baja Trophy Truck style shifters, and it just like clinks real good, and it feels like quality. Sounds good.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
This Jeep is honestly like, this Jeep is so sick. Like for a big yellow Jeep, like, and for two big guys to be sitting in it, like, it's just, this thing is fucking awesome, man.
You do a little pull?
Yeah, if you want. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Is it better without the top on? Actually, you know what, thinking about it, it's probably better with the top on for filming purposes today, but...
Yeah, for filming it works great, and then for the lady it keeps her hair in one piece.
For sure, but do you prefer the top off?
The top off is fun in the summertime. I mean, you can't beat the topless Jeep, whether it's a V8 or 6-cylinder. I mean, the topless Jeep is always fun.
Yeah, and you got cutoffs, right?
I do.
You want to hit the switch?
Yeah, switch is over here.
It's hidden.
Yeah.
So the cops can't find it.
Away from the fuzz.
So like, yeah, man, I'll get some sound clips of it, but like, you just don't expect this Jeep to be a hot rod, do you?
No.
So would you say the Jeep guys hate you though?
They're just not fond of a two-wheel drive Jeep.
Have you ever taken this thing off-roading?
I did when I first had it with the 6-cylinder.
Yeah, was it fun or not really?
Oh yeah, it was a cool little Jeep, and then I always wanted to take it to sand drags, but I never had the chance. It would be awesome to put paddle tires on this thing.
And then go for a run real quick?
Yeah.
Where do they even have that?
Somewhere out in Riverside. Not too far, but...
Damn, that would have been sick.
That would be a blast.
When's the most frustrated you've ever been with this fucking thing?
Oh, definitely...
While you were building it or what?
Yeah, just definitely fighting everything that doesn't... I mean, every conversion kit for this is made for 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So doing a 2-wheel drive, I had to go back through the conversion kit and change motor mounts because they wanted to set it off to one side because of the transfer case and the other drive shaft, and it was a big mess trying to get it in, but now that it's in, it's actually really accessible to work on too. Changing plugs is super easy because there's so much room in that engine bay.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I do love about this car. It is extremely easy to work on. Plus, for an oil change, you don't need to put a jack under it. You just crawl right under.
Oh, that is pretty sweet, actually. That's it. I mean, I literally can't even get underneath my cars. Like, you need a jack for sure. So that's pretty sweet. But all right, bro, let's go do the interview.
Yeah, let's do the interview.
All right, so got a list of questions for you.
Go for it.
Obviously, the first one is, again, why a Jeep? You know what I mean? Like, of all the things to build, man, like, the Jeep is, like, honestly at the bottom of my list. Like, I think that's why this thing is so sweet. So
it wasn't really my first choice either, but it's kind of what I had, and I really wanted to do an LS swap, and it just started with the old motor breaking, and then just kind of evolving from there. So it was really like my first attempt at hot rodding, I guess.
Yeah. Would you say, like, if you don't have a crazy cool car, like, just have fun with the one you have?
Yeah. It's hard in California with the 80s stuff, but it's whatever you have, man.
Yeah, it's not always like the high dollar stuff that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna surprise more people if it's in something weird than in something normal, you know? So
what's your favorite story about the car? Not the one that just happened like 15 minutes ago.
Favorite story about the car is taking it to Irwindale for the first time. After I put in all the hard work and beat the heck out of it and gave it a real good shakedown. I took it to Urbandale Burnout Pit, towed it there with my truck, and just beat the tires off of this thing. Just absolutely destroyed them. And so that was really cool because it was like all my hard work finally paid off, and it stayed together while I stayed on the limiter for like almost 2 minutes, and it was totally fine. It blew the tires off, smoke everywhere, and then rolling through the pits after with no tires on it, and everybody was just like, whoa, dude, like I cannot believe you put on a show. And a Hellcat went before me, so I had to show them up, you know.
Of course. What's something that you learned? Like, what's something that you learned with this car that you can like pass down to like the next generation of like hot rodders?
Just don't be afraid to do it yourself. Like there's certain things like that I'm not familiar with, like the inside of a transmission or like the differential. Like some things are good left to the experts, but there's a lot more you can do in the driveway than you think.
Basically, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, just get in there. I mean, the motor I've torn through with the help of friends, and so I think the thing is get your community going around you. Talk to people, see who has parts. It'll save you money in the long run, and you'll get some knowledge out of somebody here and there.
So I guess, can we announce that you're selling it? It'll be gone by the time this goes up.
Yeah, by the time this goes up, another owner's gonna have it in Washington, and it's gonna live on there.
So like, I guess, what would you say? Like, are you sad about it?
I am sad about it, yeah, for sure. But I've come to a spot where it's time for me to start working on the next project. I put a lot of time and effort into this thing, and it's really awesome, and I'm glad somebody else is going to be able to enjoy it like I did, you know?
And I'm sad to see it go, but I'm excited for your new Nova build, so we'll have to film a video on that. And yeah, bro, thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me out. It's fun.
All right, that's kind of it for the Jeep. Thank you, Blake.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And I guess whoever the next owner is, have fun.
Oh yeah, they will.